that matter automatically takes its own shape without the aid of a superior intelligence. This is refuted in the sloka by Srila Vasudev. Since the complete whole or the absolute truth is the source of everything, nothing can be independent of the body of the absolute truth. Whatever appears on the body quickly becomes known to the embodied. Similarly, the creation of the body of absolute whole, therefore the absolute knows everything directly and indirectly that happens in the creation. भगवान प्राइमरी क्रिएटर है एंड जो उनका क्रिएशन को स्वर्ग बोलते हैं. रेस्ट जो ब्रह्मा से शुरू करके इवन एक पिपीलिका है एंड वो भी कुछ क्रिएट करता है, उसको सेकेंडरी क्रिएटर बोलते हैं विसर्ग. तो यहाँ पे जो भी होता है, जो शरीर में क्या हो रहा है तो आत्मा परमात्मा को पता चलता है, पड़ जाता है, बिकॉज द ओनर ऑफ द बॉडी. सिमिलरली यहाँ पे कुछ भी होता है मेटेरियल वर्ल्ड सब भगवान को पता होता है. In the Shruti mantra, it is also stated that absolute whole or Brahman is the ultimate source of everything. Everything emanates from him and everything is maintained by him. And at the end, everything enters into him. That is the law of nature. In the Smriti mantra, the same is confirmed. It is said that the source from which everything emanates in the beginning of Brahma's millennium and the reservoir to which everything ultimately enters is the absolute truth or Brahman. Material scientist takes it to be for granted that the ultimate source of planetary system is the sun, but they are unable to explain the source of the sun. Wherein the ultimate source is explained, according to the Vedic literature, Brahma, who may be compared to the sun, is not the ultimate creator. It is stated in the sloka that Brahma was taught Vedic knowledge by the personality of Godhead. One may argue that Brahma, being the original living being, could not be inspired because there is no other being living at that time. Wherein it is stated that the Supreme Lord inspired the secondary creator Brahma in order that Brahma could carry out his creative functions. So the supreme intelligence behind all creation is the absolute Godhead Sri Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna stated that it is he only who superintends and the creative energy, Prakriti, Maya Dakshana Prakriti Suyeta Sacharajaram, which constitutes the totality of matter. Therefore, Sri Vasudev does not worship Brahma, but the Supreme Lord who gives Brahma in his creative activities. That's why Brahma, वैष्णव इसलिए ब्रह्मा सेकेंडरी क्रिएटर जानते हैं, इसलिए वो प्राइमरी क्रिएटर जिनसे नॉलेज मिलता है सुप्रीम पर्सन का गॉडहेड, उनका ऊपर उनको पूजा करते हैं, ध्यान करते हैं. परम धीमहि सत्यम परम धीमहि. इन दिस श्लोक द पर्टिकुलर वर्ड्स अभिज्ञाता, अभिज्ञ and swarat are insignificant. These two words distinguish the Supreme Lord from all other living entities. Supreme Lord, he Abhigya, he knows everything, and Swarat is supreme, independent. No other living entity is either Abhigya or Swarat. That is, no one is either fully cognizant or fully independent. Even Brahma is to meditate upon Supreme Lord, the Supreme Lord in order to create. Then what to speak of the great scientists like Einstein? The brains of such a scientist are certainly not the product of any human being. Scientists cannot manufacture such a brain. And what to speak of foolish atheists who defy the authority of the Lord? Even Mayavadi persons who flatter themselves that they can become one with the Lord are neither Abhigya nor Swarat. Such impersonalists undergo severe strategy to acquire knowledge, become one with the Lord, but ultimately they become dependent on some rich disciple who supplies them with money to build monasteries and temples. Atheists like Ravana or Hiranyakashipu had to undergo severe penances before they could flout the authority of the Lord, but ultimately they were rendered helpless and could not save themselves when the Lord appeared before them as cruel death. This is also the case with the modern atheists, who also dare to flout the authority of the Lord. Such atheists will be dealt with similarly, for history repeats itself. Whenever men neglect the authority of the Lord, nature and her laws are there to penalize them. So this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita in well-known verse, Yada Yadahi Dharmasya Grani. Whenever there is a decline of dharma and rise of adharma, Arjun, then I incarnate myself. 4.7 की भगवद गीता. इसीलिए जब भी हम चाहते हैं कि हम नेचर को कंट्रोल करना चाहते हैं, वायलेट करना चाहते हैं, भगवान को नहीं मानना चाहते, अथॉरिटी को या उनका दिया हुआ नियम को नहीं मानना चाहते हैं, तो हम लोग को पेनलाइज होना पड़ता है. There are so many natural disturbances, calamities, because we violate the laws of nature. So that the Supreme Lord is all perfect, confirmed in all Shruti mantras. Next में Supreme Lord is all perfect. The सारा Shruti mantra में बताया. It is said in the Shruti mantra that all perfect Lord threw a glance over matter and thus created all living beings. The living beings are parts and parcel of the Lord. भगवान उसको इक्खन करते हुए उनको material nature को impregnate करते हैं, and he impregnated the vast material creation with the seeds of spiritual sparks, and thus the creative energies are set in motion to enact so many wonderful creations. An atheist may argue that the God is no more expert than a watchmaker, but of course God is greater because he can create machines in duplicate male and female forms. तो एक हम लोग एक वॉच बना दिया, दूसरा वॉच बना दिया, लेकिन एक वॉच से दूसरा वॉच ऑटोमेटिकली नहीं बन जाता है, लेकिन ह्यूमन बीइंग से एक फीमेल से दूसरा मेल या फीमेल भी निकल सकता है, फिर फीमेल से मेल आ जाता है। इस टाइप का भगवान इस टाइप का मशीन बनाया जो कि रेप्लिकेट कर सकता है, लेकिन मनुष्य जो बनाता है वो अपना रेप्लिकेट दोबारा वो नहीं बना सकता है। तो इसीलिए if a man could manufacture such a set of machines that could produce other machines without his attention, then he could approach the intelligence of God. तभी भगवान का इंटेलिजेंस को पा सकता है, नियरर हो सकता है, but that is not possible, for each machine has to be handled individually. Therefore, no one create as well as God. No one can create as well as God. Another name of God is Asamurdha, which means असम मीन समान नहीं, ऊर्ध्व मीन सुपरमैन भी नहीं, भगवान से कोई ऊपर सवार या समान नहीं. Nobody is equal to or greater than God, which means that no one is equal or greater than him. Param Satyam, or the supreme truth, is he who has no equal or superior. This is confirmed in the Shruti mantra. It is said that before the creation of the material universe there exists Lord only, who is master of everyone. That Lord instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge. That Lord has to be obeyed in all aspects. Anyone who wants to get rid of the material entanglement must surrender unto him. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Unless one surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, it is certain that he will be bewildered. तो भगवान का पाद पद्म शरण नहीं लेने से हम मुह्यमान हो जाएंगे. When an intelligent man surrenders unto the lotus feet of Krishna and knows completely that Krishna is the cause of all causes, is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, then only can such an intelligent man become a Mahatma or great soul. But such a great soul is rarely seen. Only the Mahatmas can understand that the Supreme Lord is the primeval cause of all creations. He is Parama or ultimate truth, because all other truths are relative to him. He is omniscient. For him there is no illusion. तो भगवान इस परम सत्यम, और जितना और भी सत्य है बोल रहे हैं वो रिलेटेड टू दैट सत्य. Some Mayavadi scholars argue that Srimad Bhagavatam was not compiled by Sri Vyasadeva, and some of them suggest that this book is a modern creation written by someone named Upadeva. In order to ये कौन बोले, ये मायावादी बोल रहे हैं. In order to refute such meaningless arguments, Sri Sridhar Swami points out that there is reference to the Bhagavatam in many of the oldest Puranas. इससे भी पुराण में सब दिया गया है. This first sloka of the Srimad Bhagavatam begins with the Gayatri mantra. There is reference to this in the Matsya Purana, which is the oldest Purana, Matsya Purana. In that Purana, it is said with reference to the Gayatri mantra in the Bhagavatam, that there are many narrations of spiritual instructions beginning with the Gayatri mantra, and there is history of Vritasura. Anyone who makes a gift of this great work on a full moon day attain the highest perfection of life by returning to the Godhead. जो ये भागवत पूर्णमी में ये श्रीमद् भागवतम को कोई किसी को गिफ्ट देता है तो देन उसका लाइफ he can return back to Godhead. There is reference to the Bhagavatam in other Puranas also, where it is clearly stated that this work was finished in 12 cantos, which include 18,000 sloks. In the Padma Purana also there is reference to the Bhagavatam in a conversation between Gautam and Maharaj Ambarish. The king was advised therein to read regularly Srimad Bhagavatam if he desired liberation from material bondage. भौतिक बंधन से मुक्त होने के लिए डेली भागवतम पढ़ना चाहिए. तो ये अम्बरीश महाराज को गौतम मुनि बोले. The king was advised therein to read the regulation of Bhagavatam if he desired liberation from material bondage. Under the circumstances, there is no doubt about the authority of the Bhagavatam. Within the past 500 years, many erudite scholars and acharyas like Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Vishnu Chakravarti, Balvacharya and many others, distinguished scholars even after the time of Lord Chaitanya, made elaborate commentaries on the Bhagavatam, and the serious student who do well to attempt to go through them do better release the national messages. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur specifically deals with the original and pure sex style psychology, that is called Adi Rasa, devoid of all mundane inebrities. The whole civilization, sex life is the focal point of all activity. Wherever one turns his face, he sees sex life predominant. Therefore, sex life is not only real, it is reality. Its reality is experienced in the spiritual world. The material sex life is but a perverted reflection of the original fact. The original fact is in the absolute truth, and thus the absolute truth cannot be impersonal. It is not possible to be impersonal and contain pure sex life. It is not possible to be impersonal and contain pure sex life. Consequently, the impersonalist philosophers have given indirect impetus to its abominable mundane sex life because they have averted the impersonality of the ultimate truth. Consequently, man without information of the actual spiritual form of sex has accepted perverted material sex life as well as all in all. There is a distinction between sex life in the diseased material condition and spiritual sex life. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. This Srimad Bhagavatam will gradually elevate the unbiased reader to the highest perfect stage of transcendence. It will enable him to transcend the three modes of material activity: fruitive action, speculation, speculative philosophies, and worship of functional deities as inculcated in the Vedic verses. इस श्रीमद् फर्स्ट पॉइंट फर्स्ट चैप्टर फर्स्ट श्लोक को है ऑलरेडी पहले आप लोग डिस्कस कर चुके हैं इसका हम लोग भी कुछ थोड़ा थोड़ा डिस्कस किया बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट श्लोक है भगवान का ऊपर में माया का कैसे भगवान का एनर्जी कैसे उनका अंडर में है माया को कैसे हम अति क्रश कर सकते हैं भगवान पास में सरेंडर लेने से माया से पार हो सकते हैं देवी ये गुणमय मम माया दुरत्या माँ में वही प्रपदंते माया में तंत्रंते भगवत चैप्टर 7 14 श्लोक तो ये भी भगवान का दैवी शक्ति है सारी चीज भगवान का ही है और उसको क्रॉस करने के लिए उनका पास में सरेंडर करना पड़ेगा जैसे एक बंधु का घर में हम जाते हैं तो उसका एक पालतू कुत्ता है अल्सिशियन डॉग है जो भी तो वो हम लोग को देखने से भुगता रहता है और अंदर में आने के लिए अलाउ नहीं करता है लेकिन अगर उसी टाइम में उनका जो मालिक है जो कि हमारा फ्रेंड है वो अगर सामने में आ जाता है वो बोलता है ठीक है ये मेरा फ्रेंड है इसको छोड़ दो तो फिर वो कुछ नहीं कहता है तो अलाउ करता है गेस्ट को आने के लिए तो सिमिलरली यहाँ पे कंपेयर किया जाता है अगर इस एनालॉजी में कृष्ण इज द हाउस ओनर देन दिस पर्सन डॉग इज माया देवी एंड हम लोग जीव जो है गेस्ट उनका फ्रेंड है शुरुदा सर्वभूतानां तो इसलिए अगर मालिक आ जाते हैं मालिक बताते हैं ये मेरा फ्रेंड है तो कुत्ता हमको छोड़ देता है सिमिलरली माया देवी हमको अलाउ नहीं करते हैं कृष्ण के पास में जाने के लिए अनलेस एंड कृष्ण उसको बोल दे इसको छोड़ दो ये ना सरेंडर हो गया ये मेरा फ्रेंड है अभी समझ गया तो इसलिए इसको हमारे पास में आने के अलाउ करो तभी वो कुत्ता हमको अलाउ करते हैं या कुत्ता फिर कुछ नहीं भोगता कुत्ता नहीं भोगता जब हम कृष्ण के पास में सरेंडर करता तो ये माया का है तो इसलिए दैवी ऐसी गुणमयी मम माया दूरतया माँ में वही पदंते माया में तंत्र सब समय हम लोग माया में है माया कृष्ण का बैक साइड है जहाँ कृष्ण छोटी सा माया है अंधकार जहाँ कृष्ण था नहीं माया अधिकार इसलिए कृष्ण का एक एनर्जी भी माया है माया देवी तो वो छोड़ेगा नहीं हम लोग को जो देखेगा सिंसियर भक्त बनेगा तब उस टाइम में वो अलाउ करेंगे कृष्ण का पास में जाने के लिए अदरवाइज हम लोग कृष्ण का पास हो जाके फिर वही डिस्टर्बेंस क्रिएट करेंगे, इसलिए हम लोग को अलाउड नहीं है। Unless until we prove our sincerity in front of our spiritual master, then spiritual master recommends to Krishna that now he is purified, so please accept him, then he will accept us. That is the process. Second श्लोक में धर्म प्रजयिता कैटवत्र परम निर्मत्सरणम सताम वेद्यम वास्तवम अत्र वस्तु से शिवदम तप्त ताप प्रेत स्वयंमूलनम श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनि कृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्य हृदि अवरुध्यते अत्र पृथिवी शुश्रुवी तत्क्षणात्। सेकंड कौन सा धर्म है? Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavad Purana propounds the highest truth which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from the illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth approves the threefold measures. This beautiful Bhagavatam compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. तो भागवतम का इम्पोर्टेंस यहाँ पे है। Completely rejecting all religious activities, मतलब so called धर्म छाड़ के कैटव धर्म, चीटिंग धर्म को परित्याग करना पड़ेगा, पर धर्म को ग्रहण करना पड़ेगा, भगवान को श्रेष्ठ मानना पड़ेगा, भगवान का सेवा में एंगेज होना पड़ेगा। तो देन ये त्रिताप दुख से बच सकता है। Purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Religion includes four primary subjects, namely pious activities. धर्म कहने से पुण्य कर्म इसमें लोग पकड़ते हैं। Then economic development, अर्थ, then satisfaction of the senses, कामना का पूर्ण, and finally liberation from the moksha, from the material bondage. Irreligious life is a barbarous condition. Indeed, human life begins when religion begins. बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। ये धर्म का रास्ता में नहीं है, वो बारबेरियस लाइफ है, उसका बारबेरियस कंडीशन में है। Indeed, human life begins when religion begins. Eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating are the four principles of animal life. These are common both to animals and to human beings. But religion is the extra function of the human being. Without religion, human life is no better than animal life. Therefore, in human societies, there is some form of religion which aims at self-realization and which makes reference to man's eternal relationship with God. In the lower stages of human civilization, there is always competition to lord it over the material nature, or in other words, there is continuous rivalry to satisfy the senses. In the lower stages of human civilization, there is always competition to lord it over material nature, or in other words, there is a continuous rivalry to satisfy the senses. इंद्रिय को तृप्ति के लिए सबको लगता है। Driven by such consciousness, man turns to religion. He thus performs pious activities or religious functions in order to gain something material. तो कुछ पाने के लिए मेटेरियलिस्टिक ये लोग भी पूजा कर सकते हैं, देवदेवी पूजा। But if such material gains are not obtainable in otherwise, then so-called religion is neglected. तो उसको नहीं मिला, भौतिक सुख नहीं मिला तो उसको रिजेक्ट करेगा, दूसरा में धर्म में जाएगा, so-called धर्म में। This is the situation of the modern civilization. Man is thriving economically, so at present he is not very interested in religion. अभी क्या है, धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष, लेकिन अभी ना धर्म है ना मोक्ष है। लोग इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट अर्थ और अर्थ से कामना का पूर्ण कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ट्राई कर रहे हैं। कलियुग में कोई धर्म एंड है जो धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष, धर्म एंड मोक्ष ये दोनों को नहीं देख रहे, इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है। This is the situation in modern civilization. Man is thriving economically, so at present he is not interested in religion. Churches, mosques, or temples are now practically vacant. Men are more interested in factories, shops, and cinemas. प्रभुपाद यहाँ पे बहुत हमारे टीचर बोलते थे, अगर आपको कोई ऐसे लिखना है तो श्रीमद् भागवतम इस टाइप का जगह में जाइए, ये सब जगह में जैसे एक एक चीज का ऊपर में मॉडर्न एजुकेशन या मॉडर्न सिविलाइजेशन का ऊपर में प्रभुपाद इस टाइप का लिखा है, तो जो कि इसको एक बढ़िया ऐसे टाइप का लिख दिया प्रभुपाद ने, उसको हम लोग प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पे इसे लिखा, दिस मैन इज थ्राइविंग इकोनॉमिकली, सो एट प्रेजेंट इज नॉट वेरी इंटरेस्टेड इन रिलीजन। लोग इसीलिए भगवद गीता श्रीमद् भागवतम में लेके पीएचडी कर रहे हैं। चर्चेस, मॉस्क, टेम्पल्स आर नाउ प्रैक्टिकली वैकेंट। Men are more interested in factories, shops, and economic cinemas than in religious places. धर्मस्थान में जितना है बहुत कम है, लेकिन आप सिनेमा जाइए, शॉप में जाइए, फैक्ट्रीज में जाइए, तो वहां पे ज्यादा है। Which are erected by their forefathers. This is practically proof that religion is performed for some economic gains. Economic gains are needed for sense gratification. Often one is baffled in the pursuit of sense gratification. He takes to salvation and tries to become one with the Supreme Lord. Consequently, all the states are simply different types of sense gratifications. ये भी इंद्रिय तृप्ति इकोनॉमिक गेन से नीड्स है फॉर सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन। अपन व्हेन वन इज, जो इंद्रिय तृप्ति करते करते बहुत फ्रस्ट्रेशन हो जाता है, तो वो सोचता है कि मैं मोक्ष क्या है देखूंगा इसे। In the Vedas, above mentioned 4 activities are prescribed in the regulative way, so that there will be not any undue competition for sense gratification. But Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental to all these for sense gratification activities. It is purely transcendental, therefore, literature which can be understood only by the pure devotees of the Lord, who are all transcendental to the competitive sense gratification. In the material world, there is keen competition between animal and animal, man and community and community, nation and nation. सब समय कंटिन्यूसली कंपटीशन चलता है, मैन का अंदर में, पशु का साथ में, कम्युनिटी देश का। But the devotees of the Lord are rise above such competition. They don't compete with the materialist because they are on the path of back to Godhead, where life is eternal and blissful. Such transcendentalists are non-envious and pure in heart. In the material world, everyone is envious of everyone else, and therefore there is competition. But the transcendental devotees of the Lord are not only free from the material envy, but as well are well-wishers to the everyone, and they strive to establish a competitionless society with God in the center.